Hey guys, it's your boy Dinosaur Destructions. So man, more crazy divisional games. We had the Chiefs and Texans, and the Texans started off 24-0, and they ended up losing. They got outscored like what 51-7 in the second half or like something like that. I don't know what was the final score. 51-31. Yeah, the Texans only scored like 7 points in the second half. A lot of turnovers. That fake punt was kind of dumb. I mean, they had the block punt to start off the game, and then all of a sudden it just started off really badly. I mean, after their second touchdown was a block punt by the Texans, and then on the kickoff return they fumbled the ball, and the Chiefs got it right back when they were down 20-14. And that really sparked the momentum. Probably shouldn't have faked the punt, to be honest. Bill O'Brien honestly should be fired after this game. He's just not that great of a coach. They were down 16-0 the Bills, and if they didn't have Deshaun Watson, they very likely would have lost to the Bills, and probably should have, because Sean McDermott did not control that game that well, and Bill O'Brien didn't either. I mean, they just kind of cost themselves that game. I mean, damn, that's wow. Like, it was kind of a boring game though when the Chiefs started scoring a lot. I mean, I kind of have this weird feeling that the Chiefs are going to go to the Super Bowl. I don't know if they're going to win it. I mean, if the 49ers get there, I think they're going to win it. And personally, I think they're going to get there. Not quite easily, but I think they're going to get there. So honestly, yeah, if I was the 49ers, I'd rather play the Packers, which luckily we will, because the Packers just beat the Seahawks 20-23, and they were up 21-3. They basically controlled the game pretty much the whole time. They pretty much had the game locked in and loaded. They just had the game the whole time. It was just, I mean, I thought the Texans Chiefs game was going to be pretty close. I thought this game was going to be a little bit closer. It was a lot closer because the other game was kind of, honestly, if I'm the 49ers, I'm kind of glad. I'd rather play the Packers than the Seahawks, just because I think the Seahawks are a little bit more well, not like more competitive, but they're never out of the games. Give credit to Russell Wilson. He's never really out of the games. He kept fighting. He just kept playing. When this team was down 21-3, they ultimately end up losing 20-23. He got the ball back, and then after some guy, I can't remember who sacked him, the Packers got the ball back. They really stopped Jones from running. They kind of did better on Devontae Adams in the second half, but he still had that one first down that basically kind of won them the game. Like, they threw, when Aaron Rodgers threw it deep to Devontae Adams on 3rd and 9, I think a little bit before the 2 minute warning, or like maybe 2 plays before the 2 minute warning, when they're in their own territory. And then eventually they ended the game by throwing it short to what's that tight end's names? He used to play for the Seahawks. German. Damn, I can't remember his name. But anyway, I just remember his name like a couple seconds ago. But they end up throwing it short to that tight end who got a first down. To be honest, I kind of think he was a little bit short, but they reviewed it twice. They said first down. The Packers ultimately won the game, and yeah. Shit, well, I can't remember his fucking name. Anyway, I mean, I did before a second. I just think I just kind of blurring out right now. Shit. Well, yeah. Anyway, the Packers. If I'm the 49ers, I'd rather play the Packers. I'm kind of glad the Seahawks are not in there, because I don't really, not a huge fan of the Seahawks or really any of those type of teams. I mean, it's gonna be a really weird year. I mean, it really is. Packers haven't been in the NFC Championship since 2016. So, personally, I think the 49ers are going to get to the Super Bowl. My dad actually thinks the Titans are going to get there. I have this weird feeling that the Chiefs are going to get there. I mean, I don't know. The Titans have really good defense. We saw what they did against Lamar. But at the same time, Patrick Mahomes did beat Lamar Jackson. So, yeah, and this was his MVP season. I know it's like, oh, well, you beat him early in the season. They were like 2-2 to start off the season. Yeah, that's true. They did lose to the Browns, so to start off the season. That's not good, because the Browns aren't good. And they got killed by them like at home. So I don't know. Maybe just Lamar Jackson choked under pressure. I don't know. I just have this weird feeling that the Chiefs are going to go to the Super Bowl. I mean, they'll win it if they play the Packers, which I don't think they're going to play the Packers. Or they'll lose if they play the 49ers. But what do I know? Because I kept saying that the Titans were going to get killed by the Ravens, but they actually won that fucking game somehow. Yeah. There's not much else to say. I mean, Chiefs just forced Ryan Tannehill to throw the ball. I think your defense has gotten a lot better. You still gave up 31 points to the Texans, and it wasn't a terrible game. I mean, you're lucky you have such a good offense that you scored 51 points. You still end up winning by 20. Like, how do you, if you're the Texans, how do you, like, walk and talk to yourself the next day? Like, as a Texans coach or player or just anywhere in that organization, in that front office, and be like, oh, yeah, we're up 24-0, and we end up losing by 20. Like, how the hell? I mean, the Chiefs are just that good offensively. They score fast. It's almost like watching the Warriors on a fast break. I mean, then again, a lot of things had to go in it between the fake punt and a couple of turnovers that weren't that good for what the what the Texans were doing. So it was just, but I mean, damn, just the defense didn't do anything. J.J. Watt, hey, who's like sitting on the ground a couple times. I saw him like heavy breathing a little bit, but I mean, again, shout out to the Seahawks. They played their hearts out. Shout out to the Packers. They're going back to the NFC title, which they haven't been since 2016, which they lost to the Falcons in a blowout. And then the Falcons, 28-3 in February. That's all we really need to say. Sorry, Falcons fans, for bringing that up. But yeah, I mean, but we don't have to deal with that team anymore. So I'm so glad they're not in it. We're actually seeing some different teams in there. Aaron Rodgers is probably the only veteran quarterback actually in the championship game. I mean, the most veteran, because Jimmy G never been there before, never been to a Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes, he's been there to the AFC Championship before, but he lost to the Patriots, so he's never been to the Super Bowl before. Ryan Tannehill, the Titans have never been in the AFC Championship in 1990 or some shit. I don't know. I mean, they've been to one Super Bowl, but they lost to the Rams by a goal line stand, by where he threw it short of the end zone and they were stopped literally 1 yard short, literally an inch short or some shit. Basically the same thing of the Seahawks and 49ers earlier this season. I mean, week 17 of this season. So, yeah, those are kind of my thoughts on it. So, yeah, so this championships are set in stone. The AFC Championship, 3:30 CBS, the Chiefs and the Titans. I have this weird feeling. I think I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. I think they're gonna win this game. I've been really wrong about this year. This year's been a pretty crazy year. Let's not be wrong though. I honestly was almost about to pick the Chiefs to go to the Super Bowl and play the Saints. But, looked how that worked out. I picked the Ravens and the Saints to go all the way, so the Saints weren't even going to get close. The Ravens didn't even make it that far. The Ravens didn't even make it that far for me to even guess that. But I felt like the Chiefs honestly could have beaten the Ravens in Baltimore. I mean, my gut was telling me that. I ultimately said that they were going to beat the Chiefs in the AFC Championship, but they didn't even make it that far. So, personally, I think the Chiefs are going to beat the Titans. I wouldn't mind the Titans going there. Those two teams, I wouldn't mind going there, and even one of those two teams on the AFC winning it, someone different, Sure, the 49ers go there, they can win it with Jimmy G as a new quarterback, but it's not like the 49ers haven't won it before, and the Packers won it with Aaron Rodgers in 2010, but I wouldn't mind any of those four teams winning it, but if I had to choose the most team, I'd probably want the Titans, and then the Chiefs, because I like the Chiefs, I like Patrick Mahomes, I like what they're doing there, so, yeah, I'm not really sure what else to say though. I think the Chiefs will win. Again, I don't know. I'm not gonna. I think the Titans could win. I don't. No disrespect to the Titans. I think the Chiefs are a little bit better of a team. If they force Ryan Tannehill to throw the ball, I think they'll win, because Ryan Tannehill, he only had 79 yards in the first game with 180 yards from Derrick Henry, and in the second game he only had 14 passes for 88 yards. He did have 2 touchdowns, so when he did have to throw the ball, he looked consistently good. So maybe if they did force him to throw the ball, he'll prove me wrong. Personally, I think the Titans will have pretty good defense. I think the Chiefs' offense is probably a little more electric than Lamar Jackson, because they pass the ball and they probably can score quickly, while Lamar Jackson is known for running it and throwing it 59 times isn't really their stat, isn't really what they're doing. Plus, the way the Ravens offense is built, especially this year, especially Lamar Jackson, they weren't built to come down from 2 possessions. That's just not how the Ravens were built. They just weren't Lamar Jackson to show him earning that MVP, which he's still going to get it anyway, in my opinion, but they weren't built to come back from 2 possessions. I think, the Chiefs, they just proved they were down 24-0. They're built to score quick. They can come back anytime. Again, a couple factors came in it with a fake punt and then that the fumble. So yeah, the Texans kind of played a little dumb there. They kind of screwed it up, to be honest. They screwed it up a lot, but they also at the same time it was a good comeback by the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes put up those numbers. He's got 5 touchdown passes in that fucking game, so he's still fucking crazy, he's still fucking good, So I wouldn't be surprised if the Titans got into the Super Bowl. I don't think it's going to happen, but I'm picking the Chiefs to win. On the NFC side, I really think the 49ers are going to beat the Packers. I don't think it's a domination, but on the 49ers, I'm kind of glad I'm playing the Packers. I'd rather play the Packers because in the divisional than the Seahawks, because the Seahawks, I just think they would be more competitive against us. I think the Packers could too. I mean, the Packers just beat the Seahawks, so I don't know. But it wasn't Lambeau Field. Honestly, that might have been fourth down when they passed it. What was it, Jimmy Graham? Was that his name? Is that the tight end's name? I think that's his name, Jimmy Graham. Now I think that fucking got it. I'm not sure. Don't yell at me in the comments down below if that's not fucking right. But I think that could have been that should have been maybe a fourth down that they didn't end up calling anyway. So yeah, I think the Chiefs and the 49ers are going to go to the Super Bowl. If I have to say who's going to win, Patrick Mahomes is a better quarterback, but the 49ers are a better team. So I'm not really sure. You know what? I'm not even going to say who I think is going to win because until we get to that point, maybe I'll do a Madden gameplay of the Super Bowl too after the championships next weekend. So Sunday 3:30 CBS AFC Championship, then Sunday 6:40 on Fox is the NFC Championship. So yeah, I think the 49ers and the Titans the 49ers and Chiefs are both going to win. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Titans win. And Aaron Rodgers is, he's a veteran quarterback. He's the only veteran that's been there before. So who knows? I mean, I don't know. It's hard to beat the 49ers, I think, this year, especially at home. So yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, if the Titans win, kudos to them. I'm not going to disrespect them. I have all faith in the Titans. Like, I truly, truly just are like blown by the Titans. I think they're a great team. What they've done has worked. What Mike Rabel has done this season is fucking fantastic and kind of insane. It's kind of blowing my mind. He went into Foxborough, did that, the hardest place to play, and then he went into Baltimore and beat Lamar Jackson. Again, Lamar Jackson didn't look that good, but he also had 500 yards total offense. You think if he did, they would have, won the fucking game with those type of numbers. But whatever. I mean, I already talked about those games earlier, so I shouldn't keep bringing those up. But that's just what I thought on these games, these Sunday games. So I'll talk to you later. I'll talk about the NFC Championship hopefully, and I'll talk about my college football national championship game predictions tomorrow and my thoughts on the game tomorrow later before the college football national championship tomorrow. And I'll see you guys next time.